Welcome back to another episode of Visionary IT, where we explore strategies and systems that help businesses succeed in today's fast changing landscape.
Yeah, this topic is one I'm really excited about because it's not just a bunch of theory, it's something we've actually used to transform how we run our own company.
It is. Today, we'll be diving into the Entrepreneurial Operating System, also known as EOS. It's a framework we've used at Teal for a few years now, and it's been a game changer.
EOS is designed with small and mid-sized businesses in mind. If you're an entrepreneur or part of a leadership team, this could be what you've been looking for to break through those business plateaus.
Exactly. So, if you've ever felt like your organization is sort of stuck or just spinning its wheels, this episode is for you.
Yep. And we'll break it all down step by step. So by the end of this conversation, you'll have a crystal clear idea of how EOS works and why it matters.
All right, let's get into how EOS can help. It's a framework designed to align your vision with your daily operations through clarity, structure, and execution.
The results have been, well, kind of incredible. Gar, do you want to talk through the nuts and bolts, the six components?
Sure, at its core, EOS is built around six key components: vision, data, processes, traction, issues, and people. Let's unpack those a bit. Vision, for example, is all about ensuring everyone in your organization is on the same page about where the company is heading and how you're going to get there.
Yeah, and that's so critical, right? Like if your team doesn't know the destination, it's almost impossible for them to help get you there. Makes sense. What's next?
Next is data. This component focuses on measurable performance. Think of it as cutting through any noise and relying on the key performance indicators, the hard numbers, to guide decisions. Then you have processes, which are all about consistency. It's making sure that how you do things is clear and repeatable across the organization.
And it keeps things from feeling chaotic, right? Especially for small businesses where everybody's wearing a million hats.
Exactly. Next is traction. Here's where the magic happens. It's the execution piece. EOS helps teams set quarterly priorities, or what they call rocks. So you tackle goals in smaller, achievable chunks. Then there's the issues component, which is crucial for problem solving. It's about identifying, discussing, and solving anything holding your company back.
That IDS process, identify, discuss, solve, has been huge for us. It totally shifts how your team approaches challenges.
It really does. Lastly, the people component is about getting the right folks in the right roles. EOS uses something called GWC, get it, want it, and have the capacity to do it, to ensure everyone contributes effectively. When all six components work together, EOS creates alignment and focus in organizations.
And to add some perspective, there's data backing this up. Research shows businesses using EOS see major improvements, not just in employee engagement, but also in profitability and productivity.
And these components don't exist in silos. They're interconnected, reinforcing one another to build a stronger organization. So we've walked through the six key components of EOS and how they interconnect to strengthen organizations. Now let's explore the practical tools that bring this framework to life and make it actionable for your team.
Yeah, because without the tools, it's just ideas, right? Tools really give you the structure to put all these concepts into practice.
Absolutely. The Vision Traction Organizer, or VTO, is at the heart of gaining alignment in your organization. It's essentially a roadmap. On one page, you have everything from your core values to your 10-year target down to specific quarterly goals. That clarity is huge.
And I love how simple it is. It's not some massive document you spend 6 months on. It's concise, actionable, and something the entire team can rally behind.
Right, then there's the accountability chart. It's different from a traditional org chart. It's not about hierarchies. Instead, it's about who owns what responsibilities. This makes roles crystal clear, reducing any confusion and overlap.
Yeah, that's critical. I mean, how many times have we seen companies where no one's sure who's actually accountable for something? This really helps eliminate that.
It really does. And when you pair these tools with regular level 10 meetings, you create a rhythm of accountability. These meetings happen weekly at the same time, and they're designed to focus on what matters most: progress tracking, solving key issues, and ensuring alignment.
Wait, you brought up the level 10 meeting. Can you walk us through what a typical meeting looks like?
Sure, it starts with a quick segue. Basically, everyone shares wins, both personal and professional. Then you dive into reviewing your KPIs from the scorecard and check the status of your quarterly rocks. From there, you tackle the IDS process: identify, discuss, solve, where you address critical issues. The meeting wraps up with action steps and a quick evaluation to keep improving.
It's such a great system. Everyone is on the same page and you're constantly reinforcing accountability. Plus, it's not just a talk about stuff meeting, it's about solving things.
Exactly. And the discipline it brings, it's invaluable. These tools and meetings ensure that daily tasks align with your long-term goals. It bridges strategy with execution seamlessly.
Okay, so with all these great tools like the VTO, accountability chart, and the level 10 meetings, a big question is how does this all look in practice? Let's dive into how we at Teal actually implemented EOS and the impact it's had on us.
Sure. So we started using EOS back in mid 2020, which, as you might imagine, was not exactly the easiest time to introduce new processes. We were in the middle of the pandemic, which delayed our initial kickoff. But once we got started, the timing actually worked to our benefit. We needed a structured framework more than ever, and EOS helped provide that.
Yeah, and I remember early on, it felt, well, chaotic, honestly. We were wrapping our heads around new terms like rocks and IDS, and it took some time to get buy-in. But once we started seeing progress, real progress, it all clicked.
And I think that's a key point. Like any system worth implementing, there's an initial learning curve. But once your leadership team starts using these tools consistently, you begin to see how they reinforce good habits. It's designed to scale with you and, most importantly, keep everyone aligned.
Totally, having that clarity about who's responsible for what. It wasn't just helpful, it was freeing. And when everyone knows their lane, things start moving a lot faster.
Exactly. For example, there was a point early on when we realized some key processes weren't clearly defined for things like onboarding new clients. EOS forced us to slow down, map out those steps, and then communicate them organization wide. It wasn't glamorous, but it was important for our scalability.
And scalable frameworks are what it's all about for SMBs, right? But what about companies out there looking to get started? Where should they even begin?
Great question. The number one resource I'd recommend is the book Traction by Gino Wickman. It's the blueprint for everything EOS. Beyond that, I'd strongly suggest working with an experienced EOS implementer at the start. They'll guide your team until you're comfortable taking the reins. That's what we did, and it made all the difference.
Yeah, and once you've got the basics down, self-implementing can be a good option. But the key is sticking with the system. EOS only works if you actually use it consistently.
So true. To wrap it up, I'll say this: EOS has been transformative for us, not just in terms of scalability, but in creating a more cohesive leadership team. It's not a silver bullet, but it is a proven system that delivers results if you commit to it.
Couldn't agree more. So if you're feeling like your business is spinning its wheels, it's worth looking into. Read Traction, maybe chat with an implementer and give it a shot. You won't regret it.
All right, that's all for today's episode of Visionary IT. Thanks for tuning in, and we hope this conversation has given you some actionable insights into the entrepreneurial operating system and maybe even inspired you to give it a try.
Yeah, it's been great discussing this. Until next time, stay visionary, stay secure.